So, what's going on?
Well, figured we would drink some fake beer.
Yes.
No, it's real.
It's real fake beer.
Real fake beer, and it's the 20th anniversary or something, Devin Cleffer.
Yes, and that night that you lost your virginity, Jeremy, was a night that will live in infamy.
Well, infamy is a good word.
Yeah.
It's also the anniversary of the Phantom Menace.
I remember that show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and, we do this Star Wars podcast.
We do.
I figured we'd do these videos and put them on YouTube of just you and me and me and you drinking fake beer.
Yeah.
And, talking about Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace. I honestly can't think of anything better I'd rather sit down and talk about than the Phantom Menace.
Well, then we should start with the crawl.
Let's do it.
So, 20 years ago,
Yeah.
Phantom Menace comes out.
Boom.
It's one of the most, at the time,
Yeah.
had a very interesting response. People generally seem to like it.
Right.
Over time,
Yeah.
Kinda
Much
cooled
like
off.
you're losing your virginity. Yes.
yes. And I can already see that I'm the punching bag of these conversations. But a lot of people complain about the crawl to the Phantom Menace. Episode 1 came out in 1999 May.
Yeah.
And just revisiting it, and Star Wars fans in general like to go back to it. We have people who listen to the podcast; they love it.
Yeah.
Is the crawl really that bad?
I remember exactly where I was sitting in the theater when I saw the midnight showing on opening night. I was so stoked.
I did too.
The amount of excitement that built up for that night. I was stoked. I was ready. I was out of it pretty quickly. Look, I can look back now as a historian and go, wow, there's actually some similarities about trade routes and taxation and all that mirror U.S. history.
Huh?
As a younger lad, that's not the crawl I was looking for.
Yeah. Oh, I have it.
Oh,
Right here.
fantastic. Yes.
Turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. The taxation of trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute.
Yeah.
Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo. While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, to settle the conflict.
Yes.
Why do people have such a problem with it?
Look, I think when people think Star Wars, they think of a lot of different things, right? I'm not sure congressional deliberations, taxation without representation are among the top 35,000 things that people would go to.
Yeah, looking back, it has what a lot of the crawls have.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm finding myself being an apologist here, but I really feel like it's not as bad as we've made it out to be. Yes, it has taxation in it. And maybe people are taking the crawl and then looking at what happens later in the film in Coruscant, all the politics, and connecting the two and go, well, I didn't like that, therefore crawl doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
But it has kind of the beats that we see in the other crawls. It has here's the situation, here are the characters, and then I think the whole dispatching 2 Jedi Knights in secret to settle the dispute, to settle the conflict. That idea, it's kind of badass.
But would you say that is that even part of the role of the Jedi? We're going to settle trade disputes.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I know. It's where they're going.
Yeah.
And it's as you go back in retrospect and look at the prequels, which is what this whole thing is that we're doing. This Prequels And A Pint.
Yeah.
We really want to kind of look at the films individually, but them in totality. And when you look at the whole story, they're already at the very beginning kind of going down the wrong path.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Maybe you can make an argument that they are guardians of peace and justice and they're trying to bring peace to the situation, but when
Yeah.
you say settle the conflict,
Right.
Palpatine has set this thing up
Yeah.
that we find out later.
Right.
You know, he's pulling the strings
Right.
behind all this. So it's almost like he's setting up this situation to begin the Jedi down
Yeah.
a path that isn't good. And when
Yeah.
you pull back and look at the Phantom Menace, it already is starting to go poorly.
Yeah.
They're on the wrong.
Yeah.
On the wrong
Let me
track.
ask you this: there are arguably limitless ways to get to that last sentence in the crawl. Right?
Yeah.
Dispatching 2 Jedi to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
solve the situation.
Yeah.
What are some other creative options that might have been used, you think? I mean,
Yeah.
just as there could have been 1,000 different options to get there in the crawl, there's 1,000 different options to have the prequels go. And look, we'll get into like appreciation for the prequels, which I am a fan of
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I have come around.
Yeah.
However, I'm curious why, of all the creative options out there, these were the first 2 paragraphs that we read since 1983.
I think both things are going on. So I think there's this time gap.
Yeah.
So every time we had seen a Star Wars film, if
Yeah.
we were that first generation of kids that
Yeah.
saw them, we were so used to a specific crawl, so it was very new.
Yeah.
And so I think for some people that they were like, "Wait, this isn't the Star Wars I'm used
Yeah,
to,"
yeah.
because I haven't gotten into new Star Wars since 1983.
Right.
So I think some of that's going on.
Yeah.
I think that's why some people have a problem with it. I think Lucas even said in an interview in like 2005 that it's hard to write a crawl because you want to make it somewhat simple.
Right.
There's some, like, for a 5-year-old, like taxation of trade routes. Like,
Well,
that's
that goes to the
challenging,
logical
right?
next question,
Yeah.
right?
So I think you even have to, and for lack of a better word, dumb it down even more, maybe. And you could just say peaceful planet of Naboo,
Yeah.
being surrounded
Right.
and controlled,
Right.
like surrounded, controlled,
Right.
like being told what to
Desperate.
do.
Yeah, totally.
Desperate. 2 Jedi are sent to.
Yeah.
in
I'm
the-
on board. I'm on
I think
board.
so. I think
Yeah.
so. So we're going to continue to talk about the Phantom Menace. And
Yeah.
what we're going to be doing on this YouTube show is
Yeah.
we're going to be basically diving in scene by scene. And so this, we just talked about the opening crawl. What do you think? Let us know. Subscribe, follow, ring that little bell, and you'll get...
It ain't good.
I think Rocky. Ding, ding. Oh, that is a good... Oh, gosh. Take 2. When I said, ring that little bell, I was like, this is off the rails. There's no alcohol in this. Okay. My face is probably red. All right.
No, you're good.
Dead puppies.
Margaret Thatcher, burnt toast.
Yes. Margaret Thatcher. Oh, yeah. Ugly. All right, so that's what this show is going to be about. It's going to be exploring the prequels scene by scene. So follow us along on this journey.